California, city of angels. It's gonna be trouble. Right. I've been preaching this all my life, right, bro? Out the windows. Wow. Watch out. Here we go.
Final episode of Raw is complete before WrestleMania 31 commences in Santa Clara, California. And the This Is Awesome Wrestling show this is their final show, our final show.
Yeah.
Before we head out to WrestleMania, as we'll be covering all the events from Thursday until Tuesday. We'll be at WrestleMania. We'll be at the following night at Monday Night Raw, which is always a good time with the foreign crowd. And we'll be covering Access. We'll be at Media Day on Friday, so look for a couple shows that we'll have from WrestleMania 31 in California. I'm Glenn Moore, joined by my co-host here, Steve Guy. We fly out Thursday morning, and you can follow me on Twitter at GlenMooreCLE.
The Steve Guy.
And we'll be posting videos. We'll be posting some audio. We'll be posting some pictures as we explore San Francisco and San Jose. We are here. We are less than 48 hours. 48 hours from now, we'll be in San Francisco having some fun.
Wow. California love. I was saving it. I had to wait like 2 minutes while you were just talking. I was saving it up, man. I'm pumped.
You got to do a right intro.
California.
Oh, boy.
Know how to party.
Are you going to sing this the whole way on the plane?
Yeah. It's going to be great.
I got my headphones.
Bring your
on.
headphones.
Yeah, definitely bring my headphones.
Good thing we're not sitting next to each other.
Big news before we started recording. Brock Lesnar. I think I said that wrong.
No, that's the one impersonation I can't do.
You can't do Heyman?
No, we've discovered that. Brock Lesnar. No, I got nothing.
Yeah, I can't.
Sounds
do
like
it
Kermit.
Brock Lesnar.
That sounded like Vince McMahon trying to do Paul Heyman, or Paul Heyman trying to do Vince McMahon.
Anyway, a good friend of the show, Michelle Beadle, ESPN, had the scoop on ESPN SportsCenter. Brock Lesnar re-signing with WWE. He's staying. WrestleMania will not be his final show. He will not be going to UFC. And he's staying with WWE, which opens up
changes everything.
It opens up the Pandora box with the finish at WrestleMania. But before we get into that, and this is our WrestleMania preview show, we'll be going match by match, giving you a little taste of what we feel will happen and our predictions. But we end the speculation of Lesnar going to UFC, and we got to talk about the end of Monday Night Raw last night. I think it was a good show, but then you have the tug of war like we are on a schoolyard back in second grade over a title belt, and that's it.
I'm on it.
No, it's mine.
No, me.
Give it to me.
I'm not champion.
It's my belt.
I'm the champion.
I'm telling.
Meh.
Basically, that's how it went. That's exactly how it went last night on Raw. You build Lesnar up as this beast, as this monster. But then when Reigns steals the belt, which I think was a great idea, takes the belt away from him, Lesnar doesn't beat the living shit out of him.
He should level him.
Come on.
Take him down. He should give us little smirky grin, and then just pick him up and F5 him.
Done.
That's it.
But
and then while the belt's just laying there, just pick it up over, and he could even be a smart ass about that. He could pick up the belt and just drape it over Roman Reigns and be like, there it is.
What now? I was very upset with the ending. It seemed...
I think most were, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's upset. I don't think one person... And I think it was a great Raw. I think it was a Raw that had some great moments. Sting came out, opened Raw with Stephanie, and Triple H came out, teasing that matchup. I thought was great. Ziggler versus Bryan was a great match.
Yeah.
I kind of like the whole IC, the
ladder little preview at the end. That was cool.
It was all right. And then you had a great Divas match between Bella and Paige.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks. With giving the Divas some ample time there.
But then you end the show. You build up this confrontation between these two guys, and it ends with a tug of war for the belt.
This is, correct me if I'm wrong, our second face-to-face interaction only of Reigns and Lesnar.
Yeah, because at Royal Rumble when he won, they didn't see each other.
Nothing. Then the next night snowed in.
Yeah. Then they sat down. Well, they. That was it.
and then this last night,
That was it.
and that's how it went.
They are trying to save Reigns so bad and make him not look weak at all. There's been no punches thrown between these two guys at all.
No,
Not
nothing.
one move.
Nothing. But
I'm worried, man. I'm worried because these guys haven't wrestled each other ever.
to make Reigns be the underdog, don't you have to not necessarily make him look weak, but don't you have to, I don't know, have a Brock Lesnar sneak attack, a Brock Lesnar something, an underestimation of Brock Lesnar, like we said last night. When he grabs the title, boom, an F5 right there. Like, this is what you're in for, Roman Reigns, and then
Or
he's the underdog again.
You could have had Lesnar try to F5 Reigns. Reigns wiggles out of it, bounces off the ropes, tries to hit a punch
Spear.
on him, but then
Yeah.
but Lesnar is able to get out.
Yeah, like he falls out of the ring.
That would have been great.
Yeah,
You have Lesnar backing up the ramp with Heyman with the title, and then you have Reigns in the ring.
little force back and forth.
There you
though.
go. Little
yeah.
tease.
Yeah, that would have been
But
good.
instead, you have the playground bullshit to end the show.
Yeah, I don't know what to make. I don't know what to.
It doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Comparing the ends of Raw, the go home show for WrestleMania on Raw in years past,
Right.
comparing
To this.
it's
Bad.
bad, really.
Well,
bad.
we talked about this last week off the show, how the ratings
Yeah.
leading into Raw have been not good. And understandably so. And this is your go-home show. You needed something big. And he had some cool moments, Snoop Dogg and Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
showing up. So we had Snoop Mania, Axelmania, and Hulkamania, which was a fantastic segment in itself and was fun to watch.
Speaking of ratings, just looking it up right now as
Yeah.
we're recording this. Let's see. The ratings for Raw last night drew 4.29 million viewers, and I'm trying to see what the final rating was. It's not saying, but it was up. It was up from the 3.92 from last week. So
Well, that's probably going to happen because everybody knows it's the go-home episode.
yeah, so it was up about 7%.
But the key is to keep them for each Raw. Do you think that the Raws are intentionally not as good because they want people to sign up for the WWE Network? So like, oh, well, here's where all the action is.
No, because then you're giving away WrestleMania for $9.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too. This is the first WrestleMania ever that's worth $10.
Yeah, that's true. I think you could still get it on pay-per-view, though.
Yeah, but that's not the main way for people to buy the
Right,
pay-per-view,
right.
because this is the first time that it's strictly only WWE Network for at least America. I mean, foreign too. UK has network too, but like
Yeah.
this is the primary way because after WrestleMania last year is when all the Dish Network, cable, they dropped it from being able to get it. So this is the first time. So it's $10. This is a $10 WrestleMania. How good is it going to be? What are they going to? Is it going to be worth the bang?
Well, I would hope so.
I would hope so too.
Shouldn't be too hard.
I mean, you have almost 800,000 subscribers right now currently. Times $10, so you're getting 8 million. But that's less considered. You can get probably 1 million people to watch it to get it on pay-per-view. Times $60. I mean, they're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, they need to ramp it up, at least in the form of the main event. I think everybody's excited about the IC title match. Everybody's excited about Sting and Triple H, and that was, as you said, great opening to the show. People are pretty excited for Orton Rollins, although that was kind of weak last night.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Battle Royal is going to be one thing in and of itself because people are ready to watch Miz and Mizdow just totally implode.
Yeah.
And it's just that it's the main event that nobody is really super excited. I mean, we're all excited to see The Undertaker come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to be excited about the main event.
Yeah, and I'm not. I mean, I'm now with Lesnar resigning. If he didn't resign, I think obviously Reigns would have won. But now that he's come out, it opens up a whole different possibilities of what could happen. Really quick, also on Raw, Sting had his promo. I think that was an excellent promo with him and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Stephanie goes to hit Sting, blocks it, and then kind of forcefully pushes it away. Triple H comes out, acts like he's going to hit him. The sledgehammer makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Stephanie looks so hot when she grabbed the sledgehammer and had the evil look popping up over the ring.
What about all the gifts that compared her to Vince McMahon popping up over the ring in the same manner? You didn't see those,
No,
I think.
yeah. It was.
Did you think Vince McMahon was hot when he did that, Glenn?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Just
Stephanie is a whole different ball game. But that was a nice promo, and it got me psyched for the match. Sting looks in great
he looks
shape.
good, yeah.
He looks really good. Will he wrestle with the shirt on?
He's not afraid to take that jacket off
No.
anymore.
Is he going to wrestle with the shirt on, though?
I don't know.
He's going to have the singlet.
I think he has the singlet.
You think so?
I think he goes singlet. Yeah.
I am curious about his entrance, how awesome it's going to be in that stadium.
What he's gonna do?
Now, the thing is I'm really bummed about is this is in San Francisco, 3 hours behind, so it's going to start, 4 p.m.?
Yeah, it's not gonna be dark
It's not going to be dark the whole time.
for him or for the Undertaker. Really,
No.
when you think about
It's
and
not
Bray
gonna be,
Wyatt,
It's not going to be dark. It's going to be 4 hours. It's going to be dark for, the main event. That's it.
we have
Like
three
halfway through the main event.
very dark characters on this show, and it's gonna be like
Sunny. Only thing that can save us is if it's cloudy and it rains. What if it starts
it is
raining?
supposed to be. That's the one day it's supposed to be cloudy at least.
So,
We'll see.
but that was a good part of Raw too.
I liked Stephanie's snotty little wave,
Yeah, that was nice too.
like when he grabbed her.
She's a
hand.
great heel.
Listen, can I just say this real quick? Growing up as a kid, when I used to watch wrestling and it'd be superstars and whatever else, once in a while my family let me buy the pay-per-view. Monday Night Raw when it first came out, like in '93. And here's this guy with his gelled back hair. Oh, yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Macho Man, Randy Savage as my host. Never in a million years did I think that guy and his family were going to be
Running
so good at being hated because he was so cheesy. And, man, Vince is really good at making people hate him, and so is his daughter. I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
Well, she learned from the best.
Yeah.
It was great. So that was Raw, and a decent Raw to go home, and it makes you pumped up for certain matches. And what we're going to do now is transition over to our WrestleMania preview. We're going to run down each match, give our prediction, and give a little 2 cents about it very quickly, and then we'll recap the whole the whole show as well, and we will wrap it up. And the next time you will hear from us is at WrestleMania in California. One thing before we get to WrestleMania is we have a great interview with Too Cold Scorpio
Yeah.
in our back pocket that we will save for later this month. It is not safe for work. It is definitely not safe for iTunes without the explicit tag on it. The man talks about everything. We're not going to delve into it, but the man is a great interview.
It's
and
hilarious.
He opens up for 15 minutes to us right here on This Is Awesome Wrestling Show. So that is in our back pocket for later on, and looking forward to releasing that with a later show. But Too Cold Scorpio, great interview. All right, let's get into it. WrestleMania. It's a shame that we have Cesaro in the kickoff match at WrestleMania, one of the best workers in WWE, team with Tyson Kidd, and this is part of the fatal four-way match for the tag team titles. All right. The Usos, one of them has a shoulder injury. I don't know which one.
Is it the Jimmy or Jay?
I'm not sure which one. But we thought that they wouldn't be able to compete at WrestleMania. But they are. They're wrestling. Usos, Los Matadores, New Day, Tyson Kidd, Cesaro. I'm excited, but this is on the kickoff show. It has to be forced down. But you have a great tag team in Tyson Kidd and Cesaro on the pre-show, but hopefully they still steal the show because they've been a great tag team.
Oh, they've been a lot of fun to watch. Yeah. Even when they've been in singles competition and there's another guy outside of the ring, you love where that's going. Plus, you have the little side angle. You're going to have El Torito and Natty on the outside of the ring.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot going on in this match, too, because New Day, you've got Kofi, you've got Big E, and you've got Xavier Woods. So there's going to be a lot going on out there. The only person, Usos will probably also
You have
Cameron out
Yep.
there. So there's going to be a lot of action in the ring, outside the ring to watch in that one. It almost pains me to see like the Usos kind of get pushed and then not. And it's like they're just like this really great kickoff show team, and I think that's unfortunate. And because they, along with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, have put on some good matches against each other.
Yeah.
New Day, maybe this is where they belong.
Yeah.
Same with Matadores, maybe. I don't know.
There's giving these guys some time for WrestleMania to have the WrestleMania moment. I'm sure we'll see Tyson Kidd and at least Cesaro for the Battle Royal since Cesaro won last year. But still, it's a shame that they're going to highlight Cesaro on the pre-show. All right, your prediction?
I think Tyson Kidd, Cesaro.
Yeah, me too. I think they retain, and we will see Cesaro in the Battle Royal later that evening.
I hope so.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd, Cesaro coming out unanimously here on the This Is Awesome Wrestling Show as still your tag team champions.
It's a shameful thing, you've lost your head. A careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like it's some kind of prize. Too many lies, too many lies.
All right, last year Cesaro won the Battle Royal, and his push was stopped, and he had a awful year until he won the tag team titles with Tyson Kidd. He will be in the match, hopefully, to try to defend his title, but a whole bunch of people in this match, Steve. We got Mizdow, Sheamus, Ryback, well, Sheamus might be in this match. This is where Sheamus might make his return.
Yeah. We've been getting teased that for some time now.
Oh, stay away, Sheamus.
Yeah,
please.
at this point, I really kind of don't care if he does return in this or not. Almost like let him wait until after WrestleMania. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ryback was kind of getting a big push, and you thought maybe he's going to be a good guy to win it for a moment. Certainly, there are some personal favorites in this match, though. I'm always excited to see Zack Ryder, of course, going to be in it. We hope.
Yeah, he's in it. You got Connor, you have Darren Young, Adam Rose, Zack Ryder, Sin Cara, Swagger, Slater, Goldust, Fandango, O'Neal, Miz, Kane, Rowan, Axel, Big Show, Henry, Ryback, Mizdow, and rumored Sheamus. Mizdow is a favorite at 5-4 odds to win this thing. I think it will come down to either Mizdow or Miz.
I would love for Mizdow to win.
Something has to happen here.
Yeah, you've been teasing that for so long. This is where that moment needs to shine. Let it be the two of them to be the last ones. That would be fantastic. I don't know. I don't care if Ryback is.
No, they're not going to have a big guy win. They just tease that to make it seem more believable. But I think my prediction for this one, I would love to say the Miz, but I think Miz will last to the final three. It's going to be Mizdow, Miz, and Curtis Axel. And Miz and Mizdow are going to be fighting on the ropes. Axel's going to toss both of them over. At the same time, Curtis Axel wins. Hulk Hogan comes out, gives him the trophy. They do the pump up. They do it together. And there's your end of the match.
I don't think that Axel would do the pump up with Hulk Hogan. I think the whole point after what we saw on Raw is that Axel would want to not do it. Like, he's got his own moment. Like, I'm bigger than Hulkamania.
I think he would if he wins.
I would love to see Axel. I don't. Honestly, it's fun to say that I don't know who's going to win this match. Unfortunately, I do think it's going to be like Sheamus.
Yeah.
Because this is his big return. But I would rather see Mizdow or Axel win it. But I do think it's probably going to be Sheamus. Unless WWE really gives the fans what they want.
Hopefully you're wrong, sir, and hopefully I don't see Sheamus coming back.
I hope so too.
Awful. Please don't bring Sheamus back for this.
Hey,
please don't push him for this match.
Do you remember last year after this match when Cesaro became a Paul Heyman guy?
Yeah, like I said.
For 5 minutes?
Whoever wins, well, if Sheamus wins, then if he goes the downfall of Cesaro, then I'll gladly let Sheamus win. But the guy that wins doesn't get pushed usually. But my prediction, Axel.
Sheamus.
All right, moving on.
Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am? You don't know me, son. I'm going to show you who I am.
This is a match that could possibly main event a WrestleMania in the future. Rollins versus Orton. This one could steal the show, but there's other matches I think could steal the show. But this one is going to be early on the night, I predict, and you'll probably see Rollins later in the night, but that's giving you a spoiler alert. All right, this is the match that you're excited about.
I am. Yeah, I think that you're right. There's a lot of matches on this card that I think we could say will steal the show.
Yeah.
And I think this is the first of them. Orton, Rollins. I've loved how the feud had been brewing. Classic, vintage Randy Orton to steal from Michael Cole, just suckering everybody in and turning on them. You know, nobody being able to trust Randy for the most part, except Randy Orton and Sting gave us that moment. That was cool. Seth Rollins, I think, is a fantastic worker. Randy Orton is your classic guy that can just carry a match in any form, no matter who he's in the ring with, too. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I do believe Orton will come out on top, just because of my future prediction later on the night. I'm not going to tease it.
I do as well for that same prediction.
But the thing, they are billing Rollins as the future of the WWE. But I think Orton gets his revenge on Rollins. It's close, but I'm going to give the advantage to Orton. He gets his revenge, and he can move on to something else. But I would not mind a scenario, and I'll let you know at the main event, for Rollins and Orton later on. But this could be a feud that can go a couple years. And if this match was main event at WrestleMania 32 or 33 or down the road, I would not complain, because I think these guys can, on the proper headlining of a pay-per-view, these guys can tear the house down.
At some point down the road, whether it be this match or a couple of years from now or whenever, I would like to see an RKO out of nowhere while Rollins is coming down with the Phoenix Splash.
I think that's inevitable. That's going to happen. Maybe
That would be sweet.
WrestleMania. If that happens, that's going to be a clear WrestleMania 31 moment.
And that would end the match with an Orton victory. And I mean, how do you top that if you're anybody else?
But then Rollins regroups and maybe makes an appearance later.
Maybe shows up later.
Maybe. And we'll get to that after we get through these matches. But I got Orton winning, and so do you, right?
Yeah.
Two sisters against two frenemies. Frenemies. How does that even work?
All right, this is a match. Take a piss break. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
This is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
that was
Paige.
mean.
Paige, AJ, and the Bella Twins going at it. Paige had a great match with Nikki on Raw. 2 weeks in a row, great Divas match. This one, don't see this one going for that long, but I think with the right mixture of Paige in there, Paige elevates the Divas division greatly. This could be a decent match, but what could possibly happen? AJ turning on Paige? I mean, you can have that, but other than that, I'm not really interested in this match.
No, this has been Divas have been a match in years past where they've kind of brought the celebrity element into it to get you interested. You know, Snooki, Maria Menounos. Haven't heard anything about that yet thus far, and I don't know if you need to do that.
They're not going to.
I think
They
it's
would have
going
to,
to be okay, but this is still going to be like a 10-minute match, maybe. I do think it has the capabilities of being good, but I don't know. What if you say AJ turning on Paige? I think that's the easy pick, but perhaps this is when Brie finally gets her revenge on Nikki.
Nah.
No,
because that didn't work out. Nobody cared.
nobody.
They're better as heels together.
They are. They are some nasty, mean bitches.
Yeah, they can't. You can't swim them apart. But that could be a possibility. But then again, I think more likely you'll see AJ and Paige going at it.
A lot of eye candy in this match.
Yes, there is, but it's also a great time for a piss break.
You failed. You gave up.
John Cena, I broke you. It's Rusev time.
This man parades around like he is some sort of Russian hero. I am going to bring the United States Championship home where it belongs, to the United States of America.
All right, for the U.S. title, bringing some prestige, Rusev is undefeated. Well, not undefeated. Has never been pinned and lost by pin.
They still call him undefeated, though.
Yeah, I mean,
That's nonsense.
Technically, he is, but he's facing off against John Cena, the defender of every American. We're Americans. We want Cena to win.
No.
But now you have Rusev here, the anti-American. This is the classic 80s wrestling match.
It is the classic 80s wrestling match. I just had this
Classic.
conversation the other day. Isn't it funny how so long ago, whether it was Sergeant Slaughter turning on the U.S. or it was Hulk Hogan versus Slaughter, Hulk Hogan versus the Iron Sheik, or Nikolai Volkov for Russia, and now we are in such a reality era that everybody's like, well, we know Rusev isn't really that bad because, oh, by the way, he's living in Nashville with Lana. And people are like, no, we like this Rusev guy. He's a good bad guy. We want him to win.
They always because he's facing off against Cena.
Yeah.
And
Rusev crush.
Cena being the the not well liked guy with the male demographic in WWE, they still boo him, but Rusev's getting major heat, and I think they booked this one perfectly. And I think they had Raw with Cena dominating, Rusev being the dominator over Cena, laying him out, and they made a perfect tidbit with this is that Lana usually ends Rusev for the accolade, and she wasn't around.
She usually tells him to stop.
And Rusev kept going, which I think was a great point to point out, and kind of gives Lana's importance, who should be returning from her movie shooting for this match. I don't see Lana being a factor as in turning on Rusev.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
But I think
what
Cena,
about accidentally causing the match?
No. I think that there's teasing that. They're teasing that. The only way they did that was because excuse for Lana to leave to shoot her movie.
Now, does this match end in submission? Because that's one thing, too. John Cena has yet to ever really submit.
I think if Cena wins, Cena will win not because of Rusev tapping out, but Rusev passing out.
It'll come like full circle.
Yeah, because Rusev done it with a
Cena.
slew of guys. You're going to have Cena
and
do it
most
to
recently
Rusev.
to Cena at Fastlane.
Yeah, so you're going to have it reverse.
After kicking him in the junk.
And Rusev can say, I didn't tap out. I want my rematch. I didn't say quit. I quit.
Right.
And I don't mind seeing this continue at all.
No, this is good. These guys are good, going back and forth.
Good American versus Russia.
Yeah, and I like the I like the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena, coming out that this brings out, when he's all angsty and mad.
And Cena's going to have a grand entrance at WrestleMania, too.
Yeah.
Got to see what they do for
so
that.
So is Rusev, from what we understand.
Yeah, Rusev's going to have a huge entrance as well. So,
the Cold War is going to happen. They're both going to have soldiers.
Oh, man. That's going to be great.
It's going to be like Red Dawn.
Your prediction?
John Cena.
Yeah. Cena by submission for me. They take the U.S. title, elevates it because Cena has it, and makes it more relevant on Raw and SmackDown. And I think the program continues with Rusev for the months to come.
And Brian, you are very good. And everybody seems to think you're a really great guy, a really nice guy, but me and all the people in the locker room know the truth about you. Yeah. You're a turd.
What? I don't agree with Dean on a lot of things, but yeah, you're a turd, bro. What?
A match that could possibly steal the show. You have 7 guys in this match who have been playing hot potato with the IC title, literally, on these Raw and SmackDown shows. Daniel Bryan, Ambrose, Ziggler, Barrett, Harper, Stardust, R-Truth. All right, Steve, let's go over the guys that won't win this. R-Truth, Stardust, Luke Harper. So you're down to 4 legit guys that could possibly win this one. This could be a great match. A lot of great bumps with ladders. A lot of interaction between these guys. This could be, like I said, the match of the evening.
Oh, yeah, absolutely agree. The saddest part of this match is that you don't get Stardust Goldust at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and Goldust is upset about that. He tweeted it out.
Yeah, but I still think this is going to be an incredible match. It was going to be a great match before they decided to put Stardust in it, but I think he's really good. He's shown us in a ladder match before. Everybody in this match, I think, has really competed in something similar to this previously. Whether it be a cell or ladder, so we know what they're capable of in not just a regular match, and that's what makes me really look forward to it. I think that you possibly see, with everybody calling Daniel Bryan a turd, a Daniel Bryan heel turn. No,
I don't see a Daniel Bryan heel turn because I think he is the top face right now, and you lose that. I think you got to flip someone to be a heel to replace the top guy. When the top face is turning heel, you have to give and take.
Oh, you have so many though, especially if you're going to be in the IC title division, because then you still have him battling with Ziggler and Ambrose.
Yeah, but Bryan is a top face in the WWE.
Yeah, but you don't really have
turn him heel, and who has to replace him as one of the top face?
Yeah, anybody.
Who? No,
there's
it's not
so
just
many.
Anybody. You can't
I guess
just
I'm off the Daniel Bryan bandwagon. Okay, I shaved my beard. It's trimmed down.
So you're
I'm off of it.
So you had your hygiene is because you don't like Daniel Bryan. You got to shave your beard.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? It's over.
Well,
the Yes movement has ended.
No, it's still strong. Still strong.
Because it's a chant.
I predict Daniel Bryan will win, and it will elevate the IC title back to where it belongs on the shows. So you have Bryan and Cena as the 2 main title holders for the U.S. and IC titles, and that will bring some more prestige and some kind of excitement around these titles, because recently, in recent memory, these titles have meant nothing, and they've been tossed along like hot potatoes. But these 2 guys will carry it. I think Bryan wins.
better tossed around like a hot potato than tug of war.
Yes.
I do think Daniel Bryan wins. I do think that if he's not going to be heel, we do end up seeing a storyline carried out where it's just a whole bunch of faces going at each other.
Yeah. Okay. Bryan winning?
Yep.
Oh, how they used to fear you. I fear nothing living. And the new face of fear. The devil is knocking on your door. Let me in. Find me. You will rest in peace.
Oh man, now we've come to one of the first of 3 main events at WrestleMania here in Santa Clara, California for WrestleMania Play Button, man. And Undertaker, you've yet to show your face to me! The new face of fear, Bray Wyatt. But you have nowhere to hide in a wide open stadium come Sunday.
Bray, it's going to be light out for your match, possibly, so you'll be able to see him coming, too.
Does that mean that my fireflies are not going to be
That's
able to
true.
be seen?
You're going to not have the power of the Fireflies with you, Bray.
Then this could end tragically to me for the start of a new streak.
All right.
Not mine.
All right, Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. This match could be... I am really on the fence because Undertaker hasn't wrestled in a year. I'm sure he's still...
It's usually the case, though.
Yeah, but he looked bad last year.
He did, but he also got a serious concussion pretty early in the match.
But he's old. And he had Bray Wyatt, who is a big guy himself, not the most athletic guy out there.
Oh, but pretty agile and athletic.
Yeah, but not as beastly as Brock Lesnar. He's not as powerful as Lesnar to throw Undertaker around like Lesnar did. But
right.
I am really interested in how slow this match probably goes and what they do for this match. And I am interested to see what Undertaker comes out. Is he going to be the Super Shredder Undertaker? Or is he going to be the American Badass Undertaker? Is he going to be
still want the old school Undertaker.
the old the purple gloves
yes.
and the white face with the dark eyes?
It could be the gray gloves. I don't care, but the gloves.
Yeah.
And the shirt, as it should be, you know? The sleeveless action, not the singlet stupid stuff. If this is going to be it, I want it to end how it all kind of started. You know, with the Undertaker that we all remember.
But he's going to wrestle that next year, though. He's going to be in Texas, his home state.
Well,
end it there.
Maybe he doesn't have it in him anymore.
No, he will. He'll do it.
According to Michelle McCool's Instagrams, Undertaker is in great shape right now.
Of course. I will mark out if I hear Kid Rock roll. If I hear that, I'm going to mark out and go insane. And he comes down with the bike, and he's American Badass, and Bray Wyatt's like, I was looking for the old Undertaker. Now you have the American Badass one.
Well, there were, it's a couple. Well, first there was Kid Rock. Yeah. I'm American Badass. Didn't he? But he did come out to Limp Bizkit rolling at one point, right?
Oh,
I
got my 90s rock.
Well, he did do them both, I think.
Roll, Limp Bizkit, and
then we switched to American Badass. Yeah. I don't care. It comes out to either one. It'd be great if one of the bands was there. But no, I want your old traditional, because he's already done the scary, spooky lightning and all that good stuff. It's going to be phenom Undertaker.
Yeah.
It's just, how is he going to look? And I really want him to look like old school. Dude.
All right. I want to have Undertaker get the win over Bray, and he improves to 22-1, and Lesnar is still the one in 22-1.
Yeah, I think you have to have the Undertaker go back on the winning wagon, because otherwise, then this just becomes, now whoever faces the Undertaker at WrestleMania is just going to lose.
Yeah.
And what does that do to the stigma of having the Undertaker return every year?
Yeah.
Then it just becomes, there was something unique about having a guy go against the Undertaker and losing and him being put over. Not something unique to go against the Undertaker and winning each year to be put over.
Right. All right, so I got Undertaker winning.
Same here.
Now is the war.
and king. The war of vigilante and king.
When Triple H and Sting lock up at WrestleMania 31, that will mean every WCW champion has competed at WrestleMania except for Vince Russo and David Arquette.
I can't wait to see David Arquette next year.
I can't wait to see Russo in a couple years. Russo's begging for a job. Throw him out there. All right, Sting Triple H. This has been built up for a while since Survivor Series. I think it's been built up the best they could possibly do. They've had some interaction. They've had some fights. They had some face downs. They've had interaction with Stephanie. But I think this match, if Sting looks in great shape, he's been moving around well, Triple H will carry him. But I think this could be one of the matches that we remember from WrestleMania 31 is Sting Triple H.
Yeah, I think we remember it because of the names and the history that will be involved in it. I don't necessarily know that it will be, like if you look back at Rock Hogan, was it technically sound? Maybe not.
No.
But everything involved in it, the historical significance, the crowd will probably be into it. I think all of that will be fun. I look forward to the baseball bat and the sledgehammer making contact as if they were, musketeers having a sword fight.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see that.
Like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and their lightsabers, but it's the hammer on the bat.
Visual effects when the bat hits the sledgehammer, sparks fly.
Yeah.
Ding, ching, ching, ching.
Like Triple H swings the sledgehammer, and then Sting blocks it, and they go to the ground, and then they fight each other back up, and it goes the other side.
That's it. That's the finish. That's it. That's it. See you next year, WrestleMania. Sting. But this could be a great match. I think Triple H will carry Sting for most of the match, but you got to have Sting go over.
And then, I guess so. Because then he just disappears into oblivion, never to be heard from again.
Do you think he will?
I don't know. That's the only thing. What's the end game out of this? Because if he loses, you want Sting to come have his revenge, right?
Right.
If he wins, Triple H is going to be angry. There's no stipulation to it.
But there has to be a reason why he came back.
He says to bring Triple H and the Authority down. But
why?
Again,
Who sent him?
But there's no stipulation of such attached to it.
Yeah, there's nothing. Then there's not even a no DQ match, like anybody can come out. Do you think maybe they hint towards Taker Sting for next year? Maybe something happens that you say, "Ooh, okay, maybe."
Maybe
Sting wins and he's in the ring celebrating, and you hear lightning bolt hits the ring or something. Something happens.
Maybe something happens, and that's how Triple H wins.
Corporate ministry back together.
Just a thought.
Bring on the acolytes. Bring on the Brood.
Yeah,
corporate ministry's
I don't know.
back.
Maybe we have some sort of maybe people do start coming out. That some siding with Sting, some siding with Triple H, and we have a little bit of an old school WCW, WWF jumble and brawl.
Only way you do that is if you have the main guys from each, but they are all
and Booker T's going to be ringside.
He was not a main guy with WCW.
He was world champion.
They passed around the world title like it was freaking pancakes.
Well, he was five-time. David
Arquette and Vince Russo were also champions mixed up with Booker T.
Yeah, I understand.
Booker T I'm talking about Nash, Hall, Hogan, DDP.
Well, we do know that Nash and Hall will be present.
Yes, they will.
And we will be in California, home to DDP.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, he's going to be out there. Everybody's going to be out there.
Something could be like that would be cool.
That would be cool. But I think
one-on-one itself would be pretty good.
Back to the red badge. That's not going to happen. Sting's going to win, get over, and I think something will happen to hint towards Taker and Sting next year, WrestleMania 32.
I do think Sting wins. I don't know what the end game is. I'd like to know.
Stinger!
This isn't a fairy tale. There's no fairy tale ending. There's no happy, feel-good moment. At WrestleMania, I am gonna up Roman Reigns. The end.
Here we go. The battle at high noon at recess at the Monkey Bars between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. After this is it. No, it's fine.
Wasn't ready for that to be so funny. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Monkey Bars.
All right. Now, with Lesnar re-signing with WWE, it opens up a ton of options. Now, option 1, Lesnar wins clean. Option 2, Reigns wins clean. Option 3, Lesnar wins, but then Rollins comes out.
Right.
Then Reigns wins because of Heyman turning on Lesnar. I mean, there's a ton of stuff that can happen. Ultimately, Seth Rollins will have some kind of way of weaving in and out of this match or at the end of the night, and we will see Seth Rollins come out. I'm not going to give my prediction just yet, but this match could be good, but then I think it could be a disaster between these two because both these guys cannot lead a match. They can't carry each other. Cena with Lesnar worked because Cena can call a match. Reigns is still young, and Lesnar is just pure power. It's going to be interesting. I'm very curious to see what they do with this match.
Yeah, Cena and Lesnar worked also, too, because they had a history. So there was understanding there. I don't know. I want to think that we are underestimating what this could and will be. I told you before the show that my prediction completely changed. Not necessarily prediction, but a way that I could have seen it going. If I was writing WWE, and this was before knowing that Lesnar was re-signing, I would have had Reigns winning, and then Seth Rollins coming out, looking to capitalize on a beaten-down Reigns, and then Dean Ambrose comes out, bringing us back full circle to that, and stopping Rollins and costing him his shot at the title. Reigns still leaves your champion, and then all of a sudden it builds to a three-way dance of the Shield members at SummerSlam. I don't see that happening anymore.
I think Lesnar will win, and he will win cleanly over Reigns, and then I think we will see Rollins tease but not be able to cash in, and then I think you'll see what we'll see now is Rollins and Lesnar do something at the next pay-per-view.
I would like some sort of semblance of Lesnar or Reigns going heel at some point in this match or at the end of the match. I'm not saying don't have a clean win, but I need something, right? There's no clear heel face to me, and that's fine. You can have a face and face. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally great.
Well,
but I mean, Roman Reigns needs this. True story, Roman Reigns needs this match to go amazing more than Brock Lesnar does.
Right.
If Brock Lesnar underperforms or the match underperforms, everyone will blame it on Roman Reigns.
The crowd is going to shit on Reigns. They are going to boo him out of the building. This is going to be this is a foreign crowd. This is where all the smart wrestling fans go. They do not. This is going to be Philly times 100 million because you're going to have people that don't like Reigns. Nobody likes him except for the kids and the ladies, which is just like Cena. But you're going to have. He's going to be shit on. If he wins, people are going to riot. This is going to be ugly.
I don't know if they'll riot, but I do think back to.
It's going to be like that. And if he doesn't turn heel, if he doesn't play to it, and he still try to force it as a face, it's going to be it's going to be terrible. It's going to be Vince's not ideal ending to WrestleMania.
I think back to WrestleMania 29, Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger for the title, and the crowd chanting, "We want Ziggler," the entire time.
Yeah.
During that match, and him not cashing in until the next night on Raw. I don't think that Rollins is over in that same way. I mean, especially him being a heel, obviously. But I don't think you're going to have that. But yeah, I could see there being a backlash if Reigns wins. I do think that this is, especially with Lesnar being able to retain now that he's going to stay there, I do think Lesnar wins. But I think that this is the match where, it's similar to like what I said with Undertaker. You have Undertaker win, and he's a guy where a guy can get over by losing to the Undertaker. A guy could feasibly get over by losing to Brock Lesnar.
Right.
And that's potentially maybe what we hopefully get to see out of Roman Reigns. I just want it to be good. And hopefully that's what you see. Because it happened to Rollins in the three-way match with John Cena for the most part. So potentially, maybe that's what we see. Maybe we're underestimating Brock Lesnar's ability to carry something. Maybe he really can, and maybe we do see Roman Reigns get over by way of losing.
It's going to be interesting because I think people are going to cheer for Lesnar. He's going to be the face of this match, and then Reigns is going to be the heel. If they turn Reigns heel, I think that's great. I think that's terrific. He's great as a heel. He can do that, and I think we've seen some heel tendencies. But I think this could be a great match. I think the ending is going to be memorable, no matter if Rollins comes out or not. Because I think if either one wins cleanly, the reaction is going to be epic, which I think Vince wants. But if Reigns wins and they still want him to be the favorite, the crowd is not going to play to that, and they're going to boom out of the building, which I think is going to be great for entertainment purposes. But
yeah,
please don't try to force it on us and try to dictate who we cheer and who we don't cheer for.
Yeah. I mean, I got nothing to that effect, but I think Lesnar wins. I do think we see Seth Rollins. You're
yes,
right.
I think so. I think Lesnar wins. We will see Rollins, and hopefully, ideally, I would want Rollins to cash in and end the night. Rollins being champion, but that doesn't happen just yet.
No, I still think that Rollins cashes in, but we see still either Orton or Ambrose interrupting it and bringing back either one of those feuds and continuing or reestablishing one of those.
Maybe you see Ambrose and Rollins come out, and it's the reformation of the Shield.
And they beat down
It was
Brock
a plan
Lesnar.
all along.
That would be cool.
And then Vince comes out in the hood. It was me. It was me, Lesnar. No, it wouldn't happen. All right. Lesnar winning. You got Lesnar winning.
Yeah.
As the main event at WrestleMania commences. Wrapping up our WrestleMania preview special here on CLE Sound, the This Is Awesome Wrestling Show. We are going to be out there on Thursday until Tuesday. We're going to be at Access. We'll be talking to everybody, getting interviews. We'll be posting them on the site as we are out there. We'll be at Raw on Monday, and we come back on Tuesday, and we'll have a whole bunch of special audio goodies for your ears coming in April. Don't forget, Too Cold Scorpio interview in our back pocket as well for April. Amazing interview with him. But Steve, I'm looking forward to exploring San Fran. I'm looking forward to hanging out with everybody in San Jose. I'm looking forward to hanging out with a bunch of wrestling fans because when they take over a city, it's truly epic.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Been able to be a part of it for the last 4 or 5 WrestleManias now. So looking forward to this. This will be a little bit different aspect for us, being part of kind of Radio Row. So we get to be there for a little bit of work, which will be fun. And but I think the end game here as we record some things, we'll get the interviews. But we're going to, while we're out there, try to bring you guys the full experience of what it's really like to be out there. So, stay tuned for some of that audio and fun as well, and like Glenn said, we'll try to post up some videos, so keep track of us on the Twitter here.
Yeah, be posting mainly those on Twitter, Instagram. CLE Sound will be tweeting some stuff as well of ours, so make sure you look for that on the site and on our respective Twitter pages. Links to those are on the site as well. So we'll be tweeting stuff out starting Thursday. We'll be in San Fran and San Jose, and we'll be hanging out with everybody as well. And like I said, like Steve said, giving you the atmosphere because, like I said, it's a truly epic time when you bring around 100,000 wrestling fans.
Oh, very unique.
Yeah. Bourbon Street was off the hook last
year.
They
invade wherever they are.
It's going to be fun, very interesting, and looking forward to bringing it to you, all our fans of the This Is Awesome Wrestling Show. Make sure to rate, subscribe, leave a comment on our iTunes page. You can go on Stitcher, Lipsum. You can always go on there as well to download and listen to our shows. Anyway, you guys listen to podcasts. Our podcasts are out there. Make sure to check out all the shows on the network on CLE Sound. A lot of great shows we have here, and we only keep getting bigger, and better as all the downloads keep continuing. We thank you for downloading our show, listening to our show. Any feedback, please go to the site, leave us a comment, and let us know if you dislike something. Let us know. Also, go on Twitter. Make sure to tweet at us, and like I said, we have plenty of interviews coming our way, and we look forward to bringing it to you. Steve, looking forward to flying out there. It's going to be a long flight, but it's going to be worth it.
Absolutely, and thank you to the fans of This Is Awesome Wrestling Show, because actually you guys are the reason. All these listeners, they decided, you know what? We need to send you guys out there. Wouldn't be possible without all of you.
And we'll have some unique interviews as well, photos, like I said, video. We're going to cover the whole 9 yards at WrestleMania 31. It will be my 4th in a row, but 5th overall. And you got to keep the trend continuing, as it's going to be, like I said, an epic weekend. And if you're a wrestling fan, you have to make it out to a WrestleMania at least once in your lifetime. No matter where it is, you have to come out and experience one, because it's, like I said, it's a memorable experience, and you get to be mingling with the wrestlers and also experience 2 great events in Raw and WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah, and it gets very addicting, I will say that.
Yeah. My goal is to go to every single one.
I feel like I don't have a girlfriend because I save up for WrestleMania every year, and I'm like, I'd really like to take this girl out on a really nice dinner, but that's $100 I could put towards WrestleMania.
You got to date a girl who likes wrestling. Those are hard to come by.
Well, I hear Mrs. Brooks is maybe.
God. On that note, Steve, we're going to wrap it up. We'll see you guys this weekend. We'll be posting some shows at WrestleMania, interviews as well. And we thank you again for downloading and listening to our show. We will see you guys from Santa Clara for WrestleMania 31.